TGIT. Thank God it's Thursday, as we say here in Israel, because that's the start of our weekend. But before we head there, just a reminder, I'm Raylene Marks. This is the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land, where we bring you those top stories making headlines every Monday to Thursday. And again, we go to the United Nations, where in a vote of 90-30 with 47 abstentions, the countries gathered at the UN General Assembly voted in favor of commemorating the Palestinian Naqba. Now, what is the Naqba? Palestinians refer to the creation of the State of Israel as a catastrophe, as a Naqba. Naqba is the Arabic word for catastrophe. Now, just to cast your mind back to 1947, in that very General Assembly, where countries voted to partition then British Mandate Palestine into two separate states, one for Arabs and one for Jews. The Jews accepted, and today we have the State of Israel, and the Arabs refused, instead declaring war on the fledgling State of Israel, which they subsequently lost territory. Now, Israel's ambassador to the United Nations, Gilad Erdan, called the vote disgusting and said that Palestinian lives should no longer be acceptable on the international stage. And he also referred to Resolution 181 in 1947, where the UNGA voted to partition British Mandate Palestine. Now, 30 countries voted against it, including the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Hungary, France, and various others. Other countries abstained, and 90 voted against this resolution, which was pushed forward by Egypt, Libya, the Palestinians, and several other Arab countries. What is notable is Ukraine did not vote at all. Now, they may not have been present in the room during the voting, but Ukraine and Israel have engaged in a spat over Ukraine's habit of voting against Israel at the United Nations, while still imploring Israel for defense aid. Staying with the United Nations, this time the United Nations Relief Works Agency, or UNRWA, they have condemned what they call a breach of neutrality. This is after they found what they are calling a large man-made cavity underneath an UNRWA school in Gaza. Now, you can read into this what you want, but a large man-made cavity under a school in Gaza normally refers to a tunnel dug either by Hamas or Palestinian Islamic Jihad, often used to store their weapons. And also, this shows the use of children and schools as human shields in Gaza. Now, UNRWA have copped a lot of criticism over the last couple of years, notably for allowing their schools and hospitals to be used as weapon storage facilities, and also for turning a blind eye, or even in some cases encouraging the incitement of hatred in UNRWA textbooks. In fact, over the last couple of years, major donor countries have withheld their funding for UNRWA, including the United Arab Emirates. The UNRWA spokesperson went on to say that they had protested strongly to the authorities in the Gaza Strip, and it is unclear if they are referring to Hamas, who governs the Gaza Strip, or Palestinian Islamic Jihad. Now, just 2 days ago, the incoming Prime Minister-elect Benjamin Netanyahu spoke to Bari Weiss, the notable former journalist with the New York Times, who now has a Substack and also a podcast called Common Sense. Speaking to Bari, the incoming Prime Minister addressed some of the criticisms with having a far-right contingency in his coalition government. He said that he will not allow Israel to be ruled under Talmudic law, and that he will do everything to protect Israeli democracy. He referred to cases in the past where he had done everything in his power, in his opinion, to safeguard Israel's democratic nature. He also addressed the recent dinner that former President Trump had with Kanye West and Nick Fuentes. And he said that it was a terrible mistake. It should not have happened. But he did say that Trump had done a lot for the state of Israel, and for that he was grateful. So if you want to check out the full context of Bari Weiss's conversation with incoming Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, simply subscribe to her podcast. It is called Common Sense. And our last story, really, you cannot make this up. Walmart, the chain in the United States, have also taken a lot of criticism and have been forced to remove what they called an elegant chic sunscreen or shawl for women, most notably for women who practice Judaism but can also be used as a beach towel. What am I talking about? I'll tell you right now. They were advertising a tallit, a prayer shawl traditionally worn by men practicing Judaism. This is a sacred and holy object that men use. It's a prayer shawl while they pray. In some streams of Judaism, women also wear a tallit, but more commonly it is only worn by men. Walmart advertised a tallit, a tallis in more Ashkenazi parlance, on their website for sale for about $18 to $40, and were forced to remove it when many complained that they are taking something that is very, very sacred and special to Jews when our men pray, and using it as something to promote beachwear. So thank goodness they have subsequently removed it. Well, it's been a long week, and just before we head off into the weekend, don't forget to check out our website at www.layoftheland.online, our Facebook page at Lottel's site. Wish us Shabbat Shalom by visiting us tomorrow, see where we are for Shabbat, and of course, like and follow our page. Our YouTube channel is at The Israel Brief. If you haven't already subscribed, please click that red subscribe button. Don't forget to like and share. And our Twitter page is at Lay of the Land 5. I'm Rolene Marks, wishing you all a wonderful, a safe weekend. Shabbat Shalom, and I'll be back on Monday with your top stories right here from Israel.